In the late winter of 2009, a group of 23 similarly minded, aspiring gardeners got together in an attempt to help their community, German Village. To begin, German Village is a historic neighborhood just south of downtown Columbus, Ohio. It was settled by a large number of German immigrants in the mid 1800s, who at one time comprised as much as a third of the population of the entire city. On December 30th, 1974, was added to the National Register of Historic Places. By 1802, an American Revolution veteran named John McGowan claimed 328 acres, most of what would become the German Village. As German immigrants arrived, McGowan sold tracts of land to them. By 1814, the German village found its roots, originally called Die Alte Südende, the Old South End. German immigrants also contributed to building the first Ohio State House. By 1830, massive German immigration to the city had occurred. Many would serve in the American Civil War, thus gaining the universal respect of the local citizens. By 1865, one-third of Columbus's population was German, and the community was flourishing. They built up the local neighborhood, including many businesses, schools, and churches. The area was in serious decline throughout the first half of the 20th century due to anti-German sentiment during World War I. What ensued was the teaching of German in public schools being banned, and German textbooks burned. German street names were changed, and Schiller Park was renamed Washington Park. After the war, the South End was zoned for manufacturing, leading to the erosion of the area's residential feel. By the 1950s, the area had become a slum. The city then demolished one-third of the neighborhood. Nearing complete destruction, Frank Fetch defied the common wisdom and purchased a house on Wall Street, determined to rebuild the neighborhood. Fetch would create the German Village Society. Concerned citizens managed to save its historic architecture from demolition in the 1960s by successfully lobbying for a local commission to have power over external changes made to buildings. More than 1,600 buildings have been restored since 1960, and it is credited as one of the most premier restoration districts in the world. By the 1980s, the restoration was near complete. Today, it is the largest privately funded historic district on the National Register of Historic Places. The village has a commercial strip mainly centered along 3rd Street, with mostly locally owned restaurants such as Katzinger's Delicatessen and the 32-room Bookloft bookstore, as well as the tall, steepled local landmark St. Mary's Catholic Church, constructed in 1868. The village is mostly a residential neighborhood of sturdy, red brick homes with wrought iron fences along tree-lined, brick-paved streets. Using the power harvested by the sun in 2009, 23 individuals planned to begin a community garden in conjunction with the Livingston United Methodist Church and the local food pantry. Everyone was excited about the visibility of the location of the garden. It was to be located on a very busy urban intersection with room for future growth. As planning got underway, the church's insurance company designated the site a partial use farm. Ironically, the name stuck and the community garden became the German Village Community Farm. The individuals felt it fitting to call themselves the Neighborhood Farmers. Within just 2 months' time, what was once an open field of grass, the German Village Community Farm began to take shape. Raised beds were built on site with materials both donated and purchased using a collective fund from the founding farmers. As the summer of 2009 got underway, seedlings took root and vegetables began prospering. As was the original intention of the farm, on a monthly basis, produce collected from the farm is donated to the local food pantry, stationed at the United Livingston Methodist Church. The food pantry serves over 300 individuals per month, and the response from the fresh produce has been truly a rewarding experience for each of the farmers. The unique location of the farm also affords a positive relationship with the Afrocentric Early College High School located just east of the church's property. Columbus Afrocentric Early College provides students entering 6th through 12th grade an opportunity to earn a high school diploma and an associate's degree from Columbus State Community College. The German Village Community Farm began its involvement with the Afrocentric Early College High School beginning in 2010 as a collaborative venture to teach students responsibility in raising crops as well as the benefit of donating produce to the food pantry. In an attempt to bring attention to the truly remarkable and significant impact of the German Village Community Farm, and as the state of Ohio's Historical Society reflects back on the past 50 years, we must focus on the multiple groups of individuals affected by the farm. First, the residents of the German Village community. As they have done countless times in the history of this great neighborhood, they have come together as individuals interested in helping others and have exemplified the idea of charitable giving in such a way as to have donated countless hours, albeit in earnest fun in the sun, caring for their crops over the past 50 years. Second, the congregation of the Livingston United Methodist Church have helped tirelessly all along the way as the farmers have banded together to fulfill a mutual goal of building and maintaining a prosperous organic farm. Third, the individuals who rely upon the food pantry have directly benefited from the continued support of the farm, with an ever-growing amount of produce donated from the weekly harvests. Lastly, and most importantly, have been the children at the Afrocentric Early College High School, who continue to develop skills not only applicable to planting and growing vegetables, but skills they have taken with them as they develop into responsible adults who appreciate the sense of giving back to the community through food pantry donations. It is with great pride that we self-nominate and recognize the German Village Community Farm as being worthy for inclusion in the state of Ohio's Historical Society's acclaimed list of significant and beneficial community gardens, albeit ours is our farm.